Hey guys, welcome back to more 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. In today's video, we're going to be talking about what to do in the game once you complete the campaign. At global launch, we're about 3 days in at the moment, and it only goes up to chapter 5, which you can complete in a day. So you're going to push through that campaign fairly quickly, and then you're going to be like, what to do now? So we're going to go through all that stuff in this video, so let's get into it. So we are here on the new channel, so if you guys could, if you enjoy the video, please drop a like, leave a subscription. We are starting from a really low base on this new channel, so we're not going to get suggested to many people, so we really need to try and grow with the YouTube algorithm, so it would be very much appreciated. But the first thing I want to mention, once you've completed the campaign, and this is also while you're doing the campaign, is just make sure you're always doing your special dungeon, your keys and orbs. So make sure you're always doing this event dungeon, don't let it cap out. Same with the gold, just always get them done. And then the same goes for PvP, don't let your swords cap on PvP. But there's one other thing which I'll probably make a specific video about so more people can see it in case they missed this video. There's something going on at the moment, I don't know, because I never really got too deep into food and stuff on the JP version, but at the moment you really want to get some PvP food. Just, you can cook it basically, you can get the materials and cook it. But if we go over here and we go eat a dish, if we eat this dish, you can see down here, it's giving us fight festival coins plus 1000%, and it actually gives you, instead of 3 coins for a victory, it's giving you 33. So if you make some of that food, just pop it in there. It's definitely worth it. So get on that. The fried chicken food, there's 2 other chicken foods that you can use. I think this is one of them there, the glazed chicken, and I don't have any of the other one, but the chicken food's absolutely amazing. 33 points instead of 3 is going to be absolutely amazing. You can turn auto eat on, but remember, unfortunately, this auto eat feature, it transfers across battle types, so then if you go to farm gear or something, it is going to stay on, so you got to remember to deactivate it. But don't be like me and don't let these swords cap, because it's bad. You want to keep using them. You get points. You can buy stuff. It's good. Now we're going to look at what to farm overnight. You know, you got those stamina potions sitting there, and that's the other thing I want to quickly mention. If you're grinding really hard, everything I've read and seen says that stamina is not an issue in this game. If you're free to play and you grind hard, because I'm just testing out, I'm still free to play. I'll probably whale on the game later, but I'm still free to play. Stamina is a big issue if you grind hard, because you just run out of stamina pots. I know you can, and like I've done 5 or 6 10 pulls, and like I've got no more rare coins, and I'm just down to burning diamonds for stamina. So stamina is going to be an issue if you're free to play and you grind hard. If you pay to play and summon, you'll be fine. But besides that, free to play, early game, it is going to be hard. Later game, due to the fact that later game you'll be a higher level, you'll have a higher stamina cap, it won't be too bad. But in the early stages, if you grind really hard, stamina is going to be an issue. It's just the way it is. I've started just using diamonds for refills. I'm not saying it's the best thing, but hey, I don't want to stop playing the game, so that's what I'm doing. But what are you going to want to farm? You're going to want to farm, in the first couple days, you may want to do a little bit of potion farming, just to level up the rest of your heroes. You know, get sort of 8 heroes leveled up. Besides that, you can farm books overnight. These are really nice because you can actually sell them for gold. So you're going to either use them to upgrade your heroes, or you're going to use them to sell and make gold. I think the 5-star ones sell for about 37,000, which isn't too bad. So that's that. You can farm those. The other thing you can farm overnight is gear, but do not do that until you can farm SSR gear. And now we'll talk about how to be able to farm SSR gear. So when you have time to manually play the game, there's 2 things I'd be doing. One is the red demon, which we'll talk about a bit more in a minute. And the other one is building your friendship with a town. So if we go over here, we're in town 1. As you can see, I'm still only friendship at level 3. The towns I'd recommend doing first are town 1, 2, and 3, because they drop the attack, attack, defense, and HP gear, which give you more overall CC or combat, what do they call it? Combat class. So those are going to be the ones you're going to want to farm. I actually started with chapter 2, so if we go over here and jump into chapter 2, as you can see, my friendship with the town is at max. That means when I go into these stages around here, I can actually farm for some SSR gear, and it's actually really easy to farm for, because if we jump into, as you can see here, it's only a 3% drop chance, which isn't massive, but if we jump in here, you can see the boss is only at 66,000, which is very low in my opinion, so it's easy to farm for that stuff once you get to max friendship. Now, The other thing about this is once you do get with max friendship, you're going to unlock quests, which you kind of want to work through. So I've worked through a few of them, but you're going to get these quests where it's basically just do that hard mode and farm for some gear. And then after you do it 8 times, you're going to get a free piece of SSR gear for those. So worthwhile to go through and do all those. Now at level 4 friendship, you're going to unlock these same quests, but they're going to be for the normal stage of it, which is only going to give, which you'll have to do 5 runs of the normal stage, and it's only going to give you SR gear. I would avoid those if you can and do the other quests to get your relationship up with the town, because those ones just feel like a waste of energy to me, because you know you're not going to get any good gear. So I don't really like those ones. If you can get to max friendship using other quests, do it. The same goes with these. There's some food ones here. As you can see, these ones are going to ask you to do like 5 run-throughs of a cooking stage on normal mode, and it just feels like a waste of energy. So try and avoid those ones. Just get to the stage where you can get 5-star friendship and then start going for these SSR gears, and then that will give you that option to farm these overnight. But before you jump into farming overnight, make sure you do have some room in your item storage. You go over here to equipment, just break down some gear if you have to with Deanne and get those tokens. I like breaking down the gear. I don't like selling it. It just seems like a bit of a waste. So that is the gear farming. Now we'll quickly touch on the red demon. I am going to do a full red demon guide video probably later today, so keep an eye out for that. But if we go over here, all you have to do is boss battles. You can unlock the deathmatch by just going into here, just battling them. This deathmatch rate, basically you beat the enemy, this percentage goes up. That's the percentage of chance you have to proc the boss after the battle, and it goes up every time. It's like a pity meter, so eventually you are going to unlock the boss. The other thing is, if someone else unlocks it, you can get an invite and it'll just pop up on your screen and you can accept that as well. And that boss is good for this, because to upgrade your heroes, which we'll talk about next, you're going to need materials from it. Wait, wrong hero. We can't look at it with her. You're going to need to get these horns from that boss to be able to limit break your heroes up to level 65. So that is a good segue into upgrading your heroes. That's the next thing you're going to want to do once you've completed the campaign. So obviously you've got your level up. You can level up your heroes. That's pretty self-explanatory. Then we have the limit break, which I was speaking about, which is going to require these pendants. Now, unfortunately, there's no hard and fast way just to farm these pendants. You can keep doing that event dungeon in the SP dungeon, and that's pretty much it, and just hope for good luck. Besides that, if you're a whale, you can just buy summons and then use the coins to get them. Besides that, you're pretty much stuck with these pendants until they release more content in the game. You get them from logins and stuff like that. Then you're going to need this book, which these books you can't drop, so you're going to have to get them by fusing 6 of the 5-star books, fairly easy. And then these horns just drop from the red demon battles, so once again, just do those. And that's how you're going to limit break. As you can see here, with the free-to-play pendants, because I'm still free-to-play, you're only going to be able to actually limit break 1 SR and 1 SSR, depending on how you go about it. You actually could do 2 possibly, because I have done him. But I think you are going to be limited with the amount you have to only be able to limit break 1 SR and 1 SSR, depending on the drops you have. So the limit break's one thing. I'll talk about why I'm working on the ones I am in a minute. Then you have Awakening, which you can get these cups from boss stages that you're going to be farming to unlock the red demon. And then all these ones, if you need them, just go location, find out where you can farm them, and you can farm for them. A lot of them you can buy in the material shop, but they're really expensive at I think 30,000 a piece. So I avoid that, and I just prefer to farm for them. It just seems more efficient in my opinion. Then we also have obviously the ultimate move. That's only if you pull dupes. The next big one is going to be your equipment. So like I said, once you can farm SSR gear, you're going to want to start farming that. But at the same time, you're going to want to work on some common sets of gear. Now, some people may say rare. I've sort of split it if I can find who has the gear. I think Deanne has my gear at the moment. And as you can see, I've got gold, and I've got everything I need to work on more pieces of gear. I just find the gear upgrading process really tedious, so I've been avoiding it. But what I do is I really like going for common on this right-hand side. I've been testing out some rare pieces on this left-hand side. But then for anyone that you don't have upgraded gear on, just basically put the highest rarity gear that you can. As you can see, I've just been putting some SSR, some SR gear on these guys just to get them up, because non-upgraded SSR gear is giving you way more stats than non-upgraded common gear. However, if we go to something like this, so for instance, Deanne. So I've got this rare piece, at 3-star, and the thing only gives me 4,100. If I go to equipped, and here we go. So this one, there we go. So this piece has 4,700 compared to 4,100. But because we've got that massive substat, if we actually swap the pieces over, it's going to be a big difference. So she's at 21.5 at the moment. If we swap this over to that SSR piece, like this, equip, change, then she's going to drop down to 21,097. So that's where, yes, the SSR gear is nice. It's going to be harder to upgrade. Eventually, once I get a good piece of SSR gear, which when you talk about good pieces, this main stat is a random roll. So I'm trying to get a high main stat before I upgrade a piece of SSR gear. But what you're going to want to do is basically save up till you get a good piece of that, and then you're going to start upgrading these. But in the meantime, just keep up with the common and rare gears. I think what I'm actually going to focus on for myself is going to be upgrading all common pieces on the right hand side for my units, and then start upgrading rare pieces on the left hand side, whilst then working on like one piece of SSR gear as I get it, because it's expensive to upgrade those. So now that we've gone through that, that is going to be pretty much everything there is. I'm just going to go through quickly what I'm going to do now when you look at my account where I'm at. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to start working on some common sets of right hand side gear for all my heroes, just to try and get their stats up, because as you can see, I've got the 1,000,000 gold. If I go to over here to my my item storage, I've got a lot of the red stones. I've got a fair few of the blue stones. I still downgrade the level 2 stones to level 1s. I leave the level 3s where they are. The 4 stars, I'm tossing up, downgrading them to 3 stars so that I can upgrade rare gear with them. And then the 5 stars, I'm going to upgrade all the 5 stars into 6 star. That's the way I'm using the blue stones at the moment. I'll make a gear guide, talk about it, and you may not want to do that. It may not be the optimal thing, but that's what I'm looking at doing for now. Besides that, when I have time to manually play, I'm doing my arena battles, and then I'm also just trying to build up friendship with the next town. So the next town I'm going to look at is going to be chapter 1, because I want to get some of those attack sets. Going to start farming some friendship with them, and then hopefully unlock that gear. Then go through, do those 8 battles with each one, get my guaranteed piece of gear. Then I'll probably move to town 3. Do the same thing, get my 3 pieces of gear, and then I'll just go into farming one specific set of gear, and that's probably where I'll spend a lot of my time, farming that SSR gear. Because when you do break down gear, if we go over here to salvage, when you break down gear, you're only going to get, if we go into here for instance, you're only going to get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 red stones, but you have a chance to actually get some better stones, so some blue stones in there. So if I do here, let's just see if we can get a critical salvage with this one. Okay, we didn't get it. I might have to do some R gear, but basically when you salvage gear, so if you're farming for SSR gear, you get a bunch of it, you can start salvaging it, and then you will have a chance to get those, the blue crystals that are used to upgrade SSR gear. So that's what you really want to aim for, having a bunch of SSR gear, choose the best ones to upgrade, and then salvage the rest to get those bonus blue stones. The other thing you can do is you can just sacrifice all the SR gear, because SR gear is pretty average once you've got enough SSR gear and common gears built up. But that is pretty much it. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be just farming those reputations with the town, doing some red demon battles, doing my PvP, and then farming some gear. And hopefully by the time I'm fully geared up, they'll have some more content. They'll introduce chapter 6, and then we can grind through something else. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. Once again, if you can, I would really appreciate a like and a sub, just to help the channel grow with the YouTube algorithm, because we are starting from such a low base. But thank you very much for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Cheers.